How is everyone doing? Shankar Purai here today. Today we're going to look at the S&P 500 and the markets to see what's going on, prepare for the week. Without further ado, let's dive right into the charts. Alright guys, so we're looking at a heat map for the S&P 500. So it's all the companies in the S&P. So the S&P 500 is an index. So it has the top 500 companies in the US. So these are the top 500 companies right now in the S&P 500. So it's showing, the percent gain and loss. And right over here, guys, what we're looking at is all the companies, but in its weighted, how much it's weighted. So what you want to understand is the S&P 500, though it has the top 500 companies inside the index, each company is weighted differently. So what we're going to do today is we're actually going to look at the top weighted companies. So we'll go, maybe look at the top 10 to 20 weighted companies to kind of see how the market structure is, to give us a more insight of, the direction the S&P could be heading. Just because we always want to consider, yes, the market structure of the S&P is heading down, but it's a sum of 500 companies. So if we can understand the market structure of the top 10 or 20, we can have a better understanding of where we're heading. Right now, to me, the S&P 500 looks like it's going to continue going down. There's only two scenarios where I see us making back into an uptrend. At this moment, it would either be us breaking this high or some type of higher low pattern where the price, we come down, we do that, and then we break this high. Oops. Yeah, we come down. Jeez. Yeah, something like this where we come down, we made that low, and then we start heading up, right? So that would be the only scenario. Those are the only two scenarios where I could see us reversing into an uptrend. Is either we break a previous high. So right now the last high is this one right here. So for me to consider us actually being in an uptrend, I would need to see the price break above this high, or if we go lower and make a lower low, it would be the price action actually breaking a high over here, right? So that's how we decide if we're in an uptrend or downtrend. Is the price action right now, it's in a downtrend because we haven't broken the previous high, right? So until we break the previous high, no matter how low the price goes, we are still in a downtrend. Okay, so let's go through it, guys. So let's go through it. So we're gonna go through first. We're gonna look at Apple. So Apple. So what we're gonna do actually is we're gonna just do an overlay, so you guys can get an idea of how these stocks look. New price scale. Oops. Apple. Here we go. New price scale. So this is Apple right here. So what I'm gonna do is Apple Inc. Let's go there. Let's delete this. We're gonna have the S&P 500 overlaid on top of all the stocks that we're looking at, just so you guys can kind of see how it does correlate. So Apple is the highest weighted stock in the S&P 500. So it takes up 7.07% of the portfolio, right? So you can see right now, Apple, and this is correlated so well. I'm going to have to dim this a bit. Dim it like that. So you can see right now, Apple is in a downtrend. So for the S&P 500, you can see the correlation. So if we have Apple that's weighted 7% of the portfolio, and we're in a downtrend, we're making lower lows and lower highs, where can I look for Apple to actually find areas of support? Well, if Apple doesn't, start reversing, we're looking at areas, you know, a strong area would be down here, right? For Apple, this would be a strong area around 156, 157. So that'd be a strong area of support for Apple. And we're on the daily time frame. You could see Apple is underneath. So you can see Apple just got underneath the 200-day moving average. So either two scenarios, just like the S&P 500, we'd either break this high here, or it would create a pattern where we make a lower low and we break a high on the next lower. We make a lower low and a lower high, and on the next lower high, we would have to break bullish for us to actually consider us moving in an uptrend. So example, right, is if we come down, make another low, and then the price breaks above this low, then we would consider actually now starting an uptrend, right? So it's either we break this high right here that was created, or we break the next lower high that it's going to be created, right? So consider that, you know, Apple is 7%, so it's worth the most, and this is in a downtrend right now, right? So next is Microsoft Corp. So let's look at Microsoft here. So Microsoft's price action is a bit different. So let's look at it right now. So we have, so the price, we made a, so let's analyze it real quick. So we have a support and resistance here. We drop some support and resistance areas. So you can see that the price is bearish, is showing weakness. So we have lows being formed here. So we have this low here. We have this low here as well. And now the price did try to break up, but it came back into this area. So now, you know, we can anticipate at least coming to 321. And if this is a distribution, if this price is just consolidating to further come down, which it does look like the price is showing weakness, you know, then we can look back and see, you know, support areas around here. Support areas right here. Oops. Yeah, so we can see support here at 291. You know, that would be a strong area of support for the price to come down to. So you want to consider that, guys, is right now these prices, you know, Microsoft is number 2, and it's looking like right now we would need to break this high here for us to consider that the price is going to head up, which right now this doesn't show we're going to continue down. It just shows right now we have weakness in this consolidation. There's a bit more weakness and strength. For us to say, you know, we're heading further higher, I would like to see us break this high right here, right? But as it stands right now, you know, if we have this support right here, so we have this support that was formed over here, the price has broken below it twice as well. We got rejected here. So for me, it looks like Microsoft is actually going to continue bearish. It's going to have more of a bearish move than bullish. So you want to consider that that this is the second weighted in the portfolio. Next, we have Amazon. So 7 and 7. So that's 14% of the S&P. We just looked at 2 of the charts and they are looking bearish, right? So there it is, Amazon. Just look at Amazon. Okay, so Amazon, you know, this one's a lot clearer. You know, we're making lower lows, lower highs, right? So the price broke below. So we had right here. You know, so we were making highs, higher highs and higher lows. Here, let me oops. So let's see here, and we made a higher low right in this area. And then now what happened is we had this peak right here, this high, and then the price came down, made a low. So when you make a low, you have an opportunity to make a lower high, which was created here. So now we are in a downtrend. So for Amazon to on a technical chart to come back into an uptrend, we would need to break this high, or once we make a lower low and a lower high, the next lower high would need to be broken to the upside for us to even consider we're going to be heading into an uptrend, right? So you guys want to consider that. A place for support that we can be looking for would be down here. I mean, yeah, we're already at a support right here, but the next one, you know, this would be an area where the price could have an opportunity to reverse, right? So right now that is 14, 15, 16, 17, 17, right? 17%. The next one is NVDA. I don't even know how to spell it. And like we've talked about NVIDIA, guys, it is breaking down. We have this, you know, distribution phase right here, head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, whatever you want to call it, breaking down here. So what we can see is that the next area of support would be 339, 340, right? So it'll be 339, 340. So that's about 7, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19%. So almost 20%. That's almost 20% of the S&P of those charts are looking bearish, right? And now, yeah, the next support would be right here at 335. So you guys want to just consider that while you're trading and investing. And to be honest, this does look pretty bearish. You know, we would love to see the price, at least right now, for NVIDIA to have some more strength, we would love to see it to break above this zone right here. Right, so if it breaks above this area, this zone, boom, breaks above here, that would give us some more confidence to head up to this resistance zone and continue higher. So watch out for that. We haven't fully broken below here, so you know, it's still possible for the price to actually break above here and then head further higher. All right, so next company is Alphabet Inc. Okay, let me Google. Okay, and this is yeah, downtrend, guys. This is starting a downtrend. It's already started. So, you know, support here. The price is broken below this, right? We had a high, and then also I'm sure this was showing a divergence on the RSI. I'll just bring it up for you guys. You can understand how the RSI works. So there was definitely a divergence here. Yeah, so you can see 1, 2, 3. So you see this divergence right here. So showing the price was getting weaker. And then up here, you can see strength. See, the price was moving up while the RSI was moving down. So yeah, there was definitely divergence there, indicating that. Now what I can see for the price, you know, this is looking pretty bearish. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this chart's looking pretty bearish. You know, we might get a pullback into this area, but I would not be surprised if we get back into this area and then just head further down for Google. You know, if I was gonna take a trade on this, I would just set an alert right here. You know, for this is the daily time frame, set an alert right here. When it comes back to this area, if it comes back to this area, I'd enter a short for about like 2-3 months. I'm just gonna create it right here. Yeah, so yeah, this one's looking pretty bearish, guys. There's nothing, you know, the price action is looking pretty scary. You know, so yeah, and then I'd put a target right here for Google. Right, so that would be for that. And you can see, man, these are the top weighted companies. What's after that? Meta. What I'm gonna do too, guys, I'm actually gonna I just want to come back to this one, maybe short it later, just make sure it is the same one. Okay, and the next one is Meta Platforms. So again, double top here, guys. This is a double top right here on the price. We have this double top, you know, support was formed here. Right, we have support was formed here. You have a weakness. You have weakness right here. You have a weakness right here. All right, and so the price, yeah, man, this is looking bearish to me as well. This is looking very bearish to me as well. So an area for support, if the price doesn't reverse, then would be just about here. An area of support that I would be looking if the price does not reverse before that, right? So we've gone through 1, 2, 3, so we've gone through 6. Yeah, we can go through Berkshire Hathaway. BRKB. BRKB. Okay. Same with Berkshire Hathaway, guys. Weakness in the chart, man. Weakness in the chart. Downtrend. Boom. Boom. Right? It's in a downtrend. But these areas on this side, just look for areas of support. So the areas of support, this would be a strong support right here. Boom. Right here. If the price doesn't reverse before this, this would be the area we would be looking for. But Berkshire Hathaway is looking bearish. It's looking very bearish. So that was Berkshire Hathaway. Tesla, we can go over Tesla again. And you can see, guys, S&P's in the background here. And I hope you're paying attention on how all of these stocks look very similar to the S&P 500 because they're weighted so much against it. So when the top 10 companies are having pullbacks and they're not doing well, and again, Tesla, we've already said, you know, it's looking bearish. I've already said that I'm anticipating on a bigger scale actually for the car company to make a way bigger probably price decrease than a lot of other companies in the S&P 500. Even if you just look at this market structure here, this is a big distribution in my opinion for the price to come down, unless we break above this high. I mean, first would need to get above this. But this, yeah, so the S&P 500 looking bearish. I mean, Tesla looking bearish. And number 10, United Health Group. United Health Group Incorporated. What is the ticker? UNH, is that correct? UNH. Okay, this one's looking actually better. This one's not looking that bad. So if we're looking at this one, so this is the 10th one. So this one's rated 1.41, right? So this one is actually looking the best out of all of them. So we have the lows here. You know, we have lows here. We made a higher high. We made a high here. We made a higher low here. We've made a higher high here. And then we're just looking for a low somewhere to be formed. But this one is looking a lot better than the other stocks. This one's actually looking like, you know, we get to this resistance area over here. We get to this resistance area over here. You know, it could be actually a move up higher. You know, we're above. So let's see the support right here. Just draw this out. Yeah, guys, this one, out of all 10 of them, this one's looking the best, right? So, and this is not a tech company. So yeah, this one, I'm actually impressed. It does look a bit better. So you just want to consider that, you know, out of the 10 that we've looked at, guys, only one of them, which is the United Health Group, is looking the strongest. And even at that, it is at a resistance that was formed in April of 2022. So you just want to consider what may happen. But, you know, we make a low here, or we may even make a low right here, coming all the way back down to here. So let's drag our fibs out. Let's drag our fibs out. Boom. So areas we would look for support. Yeah, so 50% here, so we can look for support right here, and we'll see what the 38.2 has to offer when the price comes closer down to it. But you can even see, guys, is that you know, this has a higher opportunity to actually break up and actually break this high, just because we're making higher highs and higher lows right now. So low, high, higher low, higher high, right? So this one's actually looking good, and I am surprised. I thought all 10 were gonna be I didn't even know United Health Group was number 10, right? So let's just bring out the calculator here. So 7.07 plus 7.02 plus 3.13 plus 2.87 plus 2.09 plus 1.85 plus 1.8 plus 1.77 plus 1.64 plus 1.41. So that is 30% of the S&P 500. So that's it right now. I mean, as things drop, it's the portfolio percentage weight is going to change, you know, but just as it stands now, out of 30% of the S&P 500, only 1.41% of that 30% is looking bullish. So you really want to consider, you know, what you really think may happen if this weight stays the same, because for the top 9 of them, I don't see any type of bullish structure anywhere for the price to actually reverse, you know. So if the weight doesn't change and out of 30% only 1.41% is looking bullish, then yes, the S&P 500 is probably going to decrease even more. And you guys want to consider this, because the S&P 500 is the top 500 companies. So, you know, just assuming, because, you know, you draw your fibs from point A to B and all the way here, and it's reached the 50% or something, that it's going to hold, the market structure is still looking bearish to me, guys. We don't have another support until 38.22. This is all free air. This is all free air right here. This is all free air, unless we just have a big bullish engulfing candle right here, and we just wipe this all out. You know, we have to make it all the way back up to here for us to at least consider the price action becoming bullish again. And if we see the worst, not the worst, but the scenario for the bears to really like, okay, we're heading lower, is if you have a bullish engulfing candle and then another bearish engulfing candle taking out this here, then yeah, we're going down all the way down to 38.24, right? So consider that, guys. The top 10 out of the 10, 9 of the 10 are looking bearish. S&P 500 has broken the support area, and you know, I would love to, I'm waiting to see how the pullback, how the price pulls back. If we pull back and have another bearish engulfing candle to wipe out the bullish candle, then we are heading all the way down to 38.18. And obviously, guys, anything can happen. You know, we can start printing reversal patterns. So like I said, we could come all the way down here, make a lower low, make a lower high, and then make a higher high, and then break this high. So if we broke this high, then yes, I would consider, okay, we're heading back into an uptrend. But right now, how it looks, guys, the market is going to be heading lower. We have broken the 200-day moving average, which a lot of individuals use, but I trade price action and market structure as a primary, so I just find it a lot easier. So just keep that in mind, guys. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy, and I hope this has been valuable to you guys, just so you can really get a little idea of what's under the hood of the S&P 500. Because remember, the S&P 500 is the top 500 indices, so you also need to be mindful of, you know, at least the top 10 and how their how the market structure is looking, what's happening with their earnings and everything. You need to be mindful of that when you're investing in the S&P 500, because it's a collective of things that move the S&P 500. So without further ado, guys, enjoy your weekend. I hope you have a great Halloween, and tune in next time for another video. Take care.